Good evening, and welcome to the August 4th meeting of TV Toastmasters Club 9523. My name is Michelle Hennekes. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. I am the active Vice President of Education, filling in for Mr. Steve Aaron Holds, our current president. TV Toastmasters is a social speaking club that focuses on the enhancement and improvement of public speaking skills. So for the folks at home, if you're interested, come check us out. We meet the first Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. We also meet the third Saturday of the month at 9 a.m. at the Anderson Community Center, located at 7850 5 Mile Road. Check us out, please. I would like to thank you for tuning in at home and like to extend a warm welcome to our guests in the audience, Mr. Herbie Abatzi and Joannie Buchanan. Joannie is a current season member of several Toastmaster clubs, so thank you guys for coming. I'm now going to turn the meeting over to our presiding Toastmaster, Ms. Carol Kormelink. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, presiding officer, president. And again, welcome to everyone. Glad to see everyone here. Hadn't heard from Dean, so I was glad to see that he was going to be here. Everyone should have an agenda in the studio here, and you'll notice that we have several parts to our meeting. We have an impromptu session with word power and the table topics, and then our little mini speeches that we are doing tonight. This is different. And then as general evaluator, we will evaluate what we heard and get a report from the all counter and grammarian and the timers report. Do you have any questions? Okay. I would like to call our first person up here. We like to improve our vocabulary and increase that and be more knowledgeable. And Michelle Hennekes is going to help us with our word power today. Michelle.
Thank you, Carol. Today I'm filling the role of grammarian, and as grammarian we help to focus on the language used throughout the meeting and areas of improvement. Also challenge you with using the word of the day, which will help enhance your vocabulary. So, the word of the day today is audacious. It is an adjective, and it means very bold and daring, fearless, recklessly bold and rash. I'll use it in a sentence as an example. She made an audacious decision to quit her job. So please, throughout the day or throughout the meeting, use this word to enhance your vocabulary. In addition, as to grammarian, I'm also going to be the counter, which will take notice of crutch words used throughout the meeting, such as ahs and ums and long fillers. Thank you, Carol.
We have a different timing light, and I had to let him know that it was on green. We have a two-handed timing light. It's always on green unless you turn it off, and when you reach the green, you turn it on. In our Toastmasters, we time so that people learn to express their thoughts in a given amount of time. That way, meetings don't run on forever, and people don't drone on and on. They are clear and concise in what they are saying. So the trick is to use audacious. I've been told that I was audacious. I didn't know it was, I knew it was bold, but I didn't know it was daring. Because I've been called audacious before, but I didn't know that I was also daring. So you can come up and have an audacious good time today. And with our table topics master, Mary Arms, she will be leading us in our table topics, and Mary Arms is our sergeant at arms. Very appropriate. Let us welcome Mary Arms, competent communicator.
Thank you so much. Well, hello everyone. Now tonight's table topics is going to be a little bit different, where it's going to be thinking. And what this is called is Flicks the Flunk. Now, as a speaker, you're going to have to pick a movie that you really hate or you really, really do not like. And you've got to sit there and sell us this movie. And Carol, would you like to come up and be the first person? I thought you loved that.
I don't know about Flick the Flunk, because if it's flunking, I don't even watch it. I didn't reach a minute yet. That's what I was trying to tell you. Okay, I don't know about Flicks the Flunk. because if they weren't any good, I don't watch them. But I can tell you about a movie a play that stunk. It was down at the little theater on Vine Street. I don't know what it's called, and I saw two plays down there. One was worse than the other, and the one, they were in garbage cans and they kept lifting up the lid and saying stuff. I don't know what it was, but I said, I can't believe we sat through this. So the next time we went and the play was bad, then we left. So my advice, if the flick flunks, leave.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, the next person I'd like to pick is Michelle. Michelle,
Thank you, Miss.
same question.
So am I supposed to sell the movie
Yes,
to
you're
you?
supposed to sell the movie.
Okay. So I have to act like I liked it.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Everybody in the audience, you've got to go see these movies. I don't know the name of all of them, but there are the series out there about Bigfoot. Amazingly entertaining and so believable. I mean, it's like real life. This huge, ginormous creature. And he's so gentle, and people think he's mean, and they're out to capture him, and it's so entertaining. You're at the edge of your seat the entire time. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it. Probably 30, 40, 50. Every time it comes on, I'm glued to the television. It just brings back wonderful memories, and he is my hero, Mr. Bigfoot.
Well, thank you very, very much. Sounds like a great movie. Well, the next person I'd like to call is Joanne. Thank you. Now, this is what you've got, just a movie that you really, really did. You've seen that you really don't really like, but you're going to have to sell this so that we will like it.
All right. How many of you seen Alice in Wonderland, the new version? Did you like it? Was it exciting? Colorful? How about Johnny Depp? He and himself made the whole movie. I mean, his costume, his looks, the way he ran across the areas and got people on board and everything. And the beautiful girl, Alice. She was tall and slender and blonde. I mean, my goodness. And look at all the people that were in it. The Queen of Hearts, the bad queen, the good queen. Colorful? Oh my goodness, it was out of this world. It lasted and it went through all Alice's little ways of going and dropping down and coming up and visiting everybody and doing things. But the rabbit and Johnny Depp's, I think that was the best part of the movie, just to sit there and watch them maneuver each other, telling what everything was going on and how people were doing things. I thought, wow, this is a great movie. And it wasn't long. It wasn't a very long movie. It was something that you could sit through, bring your kids through, and enjoy a family get-together. So let me encourage all of you, if you haven't seen Alice in Wonderland, go see it when it comes out again or on video. Madam Tabletop Master.
Thank you very much. Now, my next person I want to call is our guest, Harvey. I can't pronounce your last name, but Harvey, come on up.
Sure.
Same question.
All
Movie
right.
that you've seen
Okay.
and that you are going to sell it to everyone.
All right. Who here has seen the movie Arthur, the recent version? How about Russell Brand? He's just the most amazing actor ever. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a movie about a spoiled adult who can live without his nanny and buys all kinds of toys and can have a full-time job and just falls in love with a girl and does all the crazy things because he has money to get her and ends up getting her? Who wouldn't want to see that movie? So Russell Brand as an actor, of course, he's just amazing. He's funny, he's British, he has long hair. The big deal. So go see Arthur, you'll enjoy it, and it'll be well worth your time and money.
Thank you so much. And I have one more person. I know that the timer would love to come up here. Dean, give him a break. Hello, Dean.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Movie you've seen that you really don't like that you're going to sell to us.
Are any of you Clint Eastwood fans? Everybody. Has anyone seen Fistful of Dollars? One person. And that movie was made in the late 60s, I believe, and has been rerun and rerun hundreds and hundreds of times. You've got to see the movie. Can you imagine what a fistful of dollars would buy today? Not very much. The whole vent of the movie was where Clint Eastwood was being manipulated and lied to by gringos. So you must see the movie. It's very intense. If you like cowboy movies, I grew up on cowboy movies with John Wayne. There are multiple killing scenes in it. The money was stolen, and Clint Eastwood was double-crossed. So if you have not seen the movie, which only one person here has, which is amazing, you've got to see it on any of the channels that reruns Westerns. Clint Eastwood. Fistful of Dollars.
Thank you very much. And this will end Tabletopics. And I want to thank everyone.
And everyone did what they were supposed to do but me. And I just can't, if I don't believe in something, I can't say that I do. We now have I will let our Vice President of Education run this little segment because we're doing something different. And if you would like to come up and see if we're going to be audacious or not about this.
Thank you. Toastmaster? So instead of having formalized prepared speeches today, we're going to allow some of the members in our audience to do a mini speech, which means they were given a topic just at the beginning of the meeting. They essentially have, from when they were given the topic till now, to prepare. We'll take a brief break and allow them to get their thoughts gathered on paper, and then they're going to give us a speech based on the topic that was presented to them. The allotted time is 3 minutes, so you have a window of 2.5 to 3.5 minutes, and that's what we're going to do today. So, thank you.
What future do you envision for yourself? What dreams do you have? If you want your dreams to come true, you must have confidence in yourself and your abilities. A Toastmasters Club can help you build that confidence. A low-cost learning experience for men and women. Toastmasters shows you how to express yourself clearly and effectively. Make your dreams a reality. Join a Toastmasters Club.
And we're back. So welcome back. We're going to go ahead and start our mini speeches, and our first speaker will be Ms. Sheila Mudd Baker. Thank you.
I was given a quote, and the quote is, "To err is human, to forgive divine," and I was supposed to discuss that. Well, I must be human because I've spent a lot of time in my life making errors, many more errors than perfection. I believe that probably for a good 50% of the population, we believe or have believed that we should be perfect, that we should always be doing exactly the right thing at the right time in exactly the right way. Well, as most of us know, it doesn't always work out that way. We trip, we get a stain in the middle of our shirt, right in the middle of a presentation. The microphone goes off, if we have to be on television, our PowerPoint electricity is gone. Things happen to us all the time. We can't always be perfect. We often make mistakes. We make mistakes with our friends, with our children, with our spouses, with our parents. We make mistakes by going a little bit too fast in the car. We make all sorts of mistakes. Now, forgiveness, that's the hard part for a lot of people. You know, when we forgive, we're not forgiving a person, another person, even though we think we are. We're really forgiving ourselves for not being perfect, for being fooled, for being upset, for being hurt. We're forgiving that person in order to let loose, because the person that we want to forgive doesn't even remember that they did anything to upset us. In fact, they probably don't even know they upset us. So it always is better to forgive. Definitely. If you forgive, let it go. It doesn't mean you have to forget, but forgive. Give up all the anger. You'll be much happier for it. Madam, whatever you are, Tabletopics master of sorts.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheila. I agree. It is a little bit more challenging to forgive than we would like to believe, but it's truly important. So I'm going to go next because I was going to do reverse alphabetical order. So that's where Michelle falls. So here I go. So we've all been sick, feeling ill, and we look for that trick, that medicine that makes us feel better. For some of us, it's chicken soup. We've all heard that. Some of us have something that we stand by. Is it garlic? Is it onion? My grandmother lived and swore by the purple Alka-Seltzer. Horrible, horrible choking that down when you have a cold or the flu. So what is it that makes you feel better? Is it the warm, snuggly blanket? Is your pet next to you? Regardless of all these little things that we swear by, laughter is the best medicine. That's my topic today. Laughter is the best medicine. And when you think about it, it's true. It's contagious, correct? So just like getting sick is contagious, laughter is contagious. How often does somebody like Carol giggle out in the audience and everybody else starts to giggle? Because it's contagious and it makes us feel better. It makes us happy. It's proven that to laugh makes you happier, makes you feel better. I think they say you should laugh at least 10 times a day just to keep yourself healthy and your immune system up. So I truly believe that laughter is the best medicine. In fact, giggle fits are sometimes some of the most entertaining and fun evenings. A lot of times we can't even remember that whatever made us laugh, but we seem to always feel better afterwards. So put away the Tylenol PM or the purple Alka-Seltzer. The next time you're not feeling so well, put in a comedy flick, call one of your humorous friends, and let out a few chuckles. Thank you. And our next speaker is going to be our guest, Miss Joannie Buchanan.
Thank you. And Toastmaster, my subject is quite unique. Is a teenager an adult, a grown-up? Is a person 30 years old, is that a grown-up? Is an elderly person considered a grown-up? What constitutes being a grown-up? It's up here. It's in the mind. So when you think of a teenager, you're thinking ages 13 through 18, 19, that time. Could they be a grown-up? Well, let's look at them. Teenagers. They're exposed to everything. And how they handle it depends on how they adapt their mind to it. What they think and how they perceive to handle their situation. And many young people in today's world are quite unique. They're audacious. They're great people. You never know who you're going to meet, and they're going to talk to you as if they're on the same keel as you are. Now let's go to middle age, 30 years old. The person looks at you, blank stare, and you think, Oh, they're 30 years old. They're a grown-up. They should be able to talk to you, do things with you. You know, their age tells them that they're a grown-up now. They're no longer teenagers. But how many middle-aged people are really grown-up? Is their mind really being developed? Are they just sitting back and letting life pass by them? How about the older people, the elderly people in their 60s, 70s? Let me tell you, there's some dynamic, energizing elderly people who know what they're doing. Because what have they done with their minds? They don't sit back and let life pass them by. They take books, they read them, they join Toastmasters, they improve their way of life, they get out there and they do things with other people. So if I was a grown-up, I would say, don't always be too picky on who you look at. You know, don't look at the age bracket of the person, but think, how does that person work in the mind area? And can they communicate to you one-on-one? And then that is a grown-up. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Joni. When I grow up, I want to be able to speak as well as Joni does. So our next mini speech is going to be given by Dean, our timer. So Dean, if you'll come on up. Thank you,
Thank
Dean.
you. My topic is how color affects the way people feel. I just had a little tutorial on this actually last week. I attended a seminar, a mini seminar, with a person named Teresa Napier, all the way from Springboro. So she made quite a trip down to Cincinnati to inform us on protocol, colors, and how to act in public. And this is basically for those people that are in the job market looking for interviews. Amazingly, I had picked the right color that day. And I can see 1, 2, 3 people that have that color on. And that color is blue. So blue is a calming color to most everybody that you come in contact with. And I believe it's calming because it's a warm color. Now anything that would be bright, not to pick on yellow, but you wouldn't want to go on your first interview in something that is totally audacious like yellow or orange. For men, you want to pick a blue suit or even a black suit with a white tie, a white shirt, excuse me, for your first interview. Then after that you can go to maybe a blue shirt. And for women, she was talking about wearing a blue suit, a gray suit, not too dark, not too light, medium. And she offers several services. And I thought of my nephew. He didn't really get the education he needed when he was a young man, a youngster. So he doesn't really have that polish that he needs to go out into the workforce. And I thought about sending him to her because he needs a little polish. He wears weird colored clothes, which you shouldn't be going out into the workforce in. It's okay to go to a concert or anything like that in those kinds of colors. And guess what color attracts traffic tickets? Red. So there are many colors that affect people's emotions and the way they feel. There's a complete science on it. Many calming colors, many aggravating colors. So let's all be aware of the colors that we wear.
Thank you, Dean. Red is my favorite color, but I have stayed away from a red car for that very reason. Well, that concludes our mini speeches for today. I think it was a new approach for our club. Pretty well received. I enjoyed it, so looking forward to feedback afterwards regarding that. So I'm going to turn, do you want me to go ahead with the grammarian report? I'll go ahead and stick with the grammarian report while I'm up here. Let me just grab my cheat sheet. So I have to say I was a little bit distracted by my speech preparation, that I probably wasn't the most efficient grammarian today, but I did note that quite a few people said the word audacious. Carol, you said it at least 3 times, may have been more. Joni said it and Dean said it as well. So I'm the guilty one. Here I give you the word of the day and I don't even use it, so my apologies there. And I have to say, a pretty clean slate today with ums and ahs. Probably one of the best meetings I've seen because I didn't mark any down. Not to say they didn't happen, but I told you I was a little distracted. So great job, everybody. And now it's time for the timer report. So Dean, if you'll come on up and share the times today.
Thank you. Overall, pretty well-run meeting. Well under an hour, right? For the audacious word of the day, Michelle, you took a minute to explain that. And our participants in the table topics, Carol, 55 seconds. Michelle, 52 seconds. Joni, 1:21. Hervey, 51 seconds. Myself, 1:31 seconds. So that was flicks that flunked, right? For our mini speeches, Sheila, I believe it was on forgiveness, was 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Michelle on laughter, 1:53 seconds. Joni, all grown up, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And myself, I went over 3 minutes and 4 seconds.
Thank you, Dean, for that thorough report. Very good. I didn't realize I didn't get the green light on Flicks a Flink. I thought we had a great meeting for having so many people out of town and not having prepared speeches as we normally do. I thought it was really good, and I enjoyed it. I could have given a little mini speech on goals. I'm just learning about goals. I had a goal back in January, that October the 1st, for my grandson's wedding. I'm going to be fit. I'm going to have a better body and a better life. I haven't changed a bit since. Now I have 2 months. I was talking to Croy Sather, who's going to be our keynote speaker at the conference, and he wrote a Better Body, Better Life journal. I started using that journal. I talked to him for an hour and 40 minutes last Friday, and he was telling me I needed to journal. Well, no wonder I didn't do anything yet. I have no plans. I have a wish. If it's not written down, if you don't have step-by-step what you're going to do, for instance, if you said, come see me, I live in California, you think I'm going to find their house? If I said, well, I live in Los Angeles, you think I'm going to find their house? But if I told you what street I lived on and what house you turn, and then I'm the 8th house from the corner, you're probably going to make it to my house. But what if I didn't tell you what time, what we're going to do? Do you need to bring hiking clothes? Do you need to bring dress-up clothes? So it's setting goals is actually what I'm trying to do. I'm wishing myself to the top of an 8-foot wall, trying to reach it in one step. When I fail, I'm right back down where I started. However, what could I do to make that different? I could build steps and take it one step at a time and know exactly what I was going to do, when, the nutrition I was going to put in my mouth, the exercise I would do. And so I've been exercising every day. I've been walking a treadmill, and I put a little gold star on my calendar. And I want to see if I can get all of August with gold stars on it, that I didn't miss any days. So setting goals, if it's not written down, it's probably not going to happen. It's just a dream unless it's written down. So I could have given a speech, but I didn't think about it, which I just did. So I'd like to return control of the meeting to our Vice President of Education, our Acting President, Presiding Officer, Michelle Hennekes.
Thank you, Carol. Yeah, you just gave a mini speech there, so I need to start writing some things down as well, because I'm the same way. I have all these goals and ideas, and somehow time gets away from you. So it's a good tip there, Carol. Thank you. Well, this concludes our meeting of TV Toastmasters Club 9523. And I encourage those of you at home to come join us for our next meeting, as well as our guests. Please come back. We will meet again on Saturday, August 20th at 9 a.m. at the Anderson Town Center, located at 7855 Mile Road. And before I conclude, I apologize. I did want to again welcome our guests and invite them up to give us any feedback, comments. So, Herbie, would you please come up here and let us know your thoughts?
Well, I'm definitely glad I finally made it to a meeting more than a year after joining the club online. It was definitely worth the wait and the drive. And I definitely will be back. I think this is a club that's going to be great for me, and met some really nice people that I look forward to getting to know better and interacting with. So please join this club. I think you will definitely like it. Thank you.
And Joannie, one of our seasoned guests, would you please come up and share your thoughts as well?
Thank you. I really like this club. I think it's a challenge to anybody who comes, because many times people are afraid to stand in front of a camera because you're not used to it. I think this club has a variety of mixture of different people all put together. And I think when you get to the club, and since this is the first time, Thursday is a fairly new time to meet, I think it's more open to the clubs and to people to know that this club exists, that you don't always have to come on a weekend, which is very hard to get to, but a Thursday evening is sometimes very easy to come to. So if you have nothing better to do with your time, I strongly suggest that anybody who wants, get away from your family, meet other people, meet Toastmasters, have a good time, socialize, come to this club.
Thank you, Joannie. And again, please join us at our next meeting, August 20th, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. at the Anderson Community Center, 7855 Mile Road. And this concludes the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now for our next speaker, Stanley Glitchner.
Speaking in public doesn't have to be a death sentence. At Toastmasters, we can help you overcome your fears.
What future do you envision for yourself? What dreams do you have? If you want your dreams to come true, you must have confidence in yourself and your abilities. A Toastmasters Club can help you build that confidence. A low-cost learning experience for men and women. Toastmasters shows you how to express yourself clearly and effectively. Make your dreams a reality. Join a Toastmasters Club.